These 572 islands make up the Indian state of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It's a strategic choke point firmly in India's grasp, overlooking the gates of Malacca Strait. These numerous islands of Andaman and Nicobar provide enough cover, bases and vantage points to keep a target lock on any Chinese ship entering the Indian Ocean or heading back to the South China Sea through this maritime choke point. America too has an interest in India's Andaman Islands. Former US official Lisa Curtis says India could provide the US with access to Andaman Islands in case Chinese President Xi Jinping sparks a global conflict over the Taiwan issue. Lisa Curtis has served as the Senior Director for South Asia at the US National Security Council under Donald Trump. Her views open up a can of questions. Should India provide the US with a military or logistical base in case of a war with China? Despite having bases in Japan, the Philippines and Guam, what could be the reason for the US to want a foothold in India's Andaman? And how could it affect China in case India or America shuts the Malacca Strait for Chinese ships? Nearly 70 to 80% of China's petroleum and 60% of merchant trade passes through this region. Controlling the Malacca Strait in case of a conflict would cripple the Chinese economy. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are arguably the most important strategic locations in the Indian Ocean, overlooking China's maritime choke point, the Malacca Strait. China's violations of territorial sovereignty, not just of Taiwan, but Japan or the Philippines, could spark a conflict, and the United States has a security pact with all of these countries. A foothold in the Andaman Islands would enable the US to encircle Chinese vessels in the South China Sea and keep them bottled in. But would India want to be drawn into a China-Taiwan war? It's a complex question. It's the same as asking if China would aid Pakistan in case of a war with India. Lisa Curtis says that she does not see India sending warships to get involved in the China-Taiwan war and that New Delhi would take decisions in its own interests. Former Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale echoed her thoughts, adding that being an important geopolitical player, India would do its best to defuse China-Taiwan tensions and avoid a war. With a population of 23 million, Beijing claims Taiwan as part of its own territory. Xi Jinping has not ruled out the use of force to capture Taiwan, and Chinese Navy has often held military drills targeting the island nations. Tensions between China and Taiwan have escalated significantly in recent years, raising concerns about a possible military war. The US has taken an active interest in this affair, given the ongoing strategic competition with China and the status as a long-time supplier of defense equipment to Taiwan. The United States seeks to maintain a balance of power in the Indo-Pacific in order to prevent China from dominating this region. A dispute between China and Taiwan has the potential to shift the balance of power and impact US interests across the globe. Historically, India has a proven track record of pursuing a non-aligned foreign policy and aims to maintain good trade and defense relations with numerous countries, including China and the US. Any decision on military cooperation or involvement in a war situation would be based on India's national interests. What do you believe? Should India allow US presence in Andaman and Nicobar in case of a conflict with China? Leave a comment and have your say. And if you like this video, then subscribe to our channel or hit the like button so that it can reach more viewers.